Hey guys, today I'm filming the first update for my year-long makeup project pan. This is something that I am updating every 2 months, and I'm so excited because I have several empties here and I will be adding in some new products. I have so many things to talk about, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I forgot to get weights on my empty products, so I will pop that up on the screen for you guys. But since my intro, I have finished up 6 products. I used up the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is a 1/2 ounce size, one of the best glowy primers ever. Works well with my oily skin. I love this champagne color. I'm sad that I can't buy that anymore. Then I finished the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum Foundation in 0.5 to 2, very light. I did buy an Amazon foundation pump to use with this. That made it so much more of a pleasant experience. I will have that linked down below. This was fine. Not sure if I would repurchase it or not. I have some other skin tints I want to get through first, and it looks really pretty. It just didn't wear the best on my oily skin, and I have really long days. Then I finished the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This was brand new when I brought it in. I think this is a really great product. I really enjoyed it. It doesn't have any shimmer in here, and it doesn't leave any greasy feeling, but I also don't know quite how dewy it is, but I do think this is a fine setting spray. I wouldn't buy it because it's so small, honestly, but if I got this as a freebie, I would absolutely use it up. Then a few lip products. I did finish the Jack Black Night Mode lip treatment. I'd started working on this last year, and I'm so glad I was able to get through this. This is fine, but it really does feel like Vaseline. And if I got other minis, I would hang on to it, but I don't think I would buy another full size of this. I don't really feel like it did much for me. And then I finished 2 lip glosses, the first being the Morphe Madison Beer lip gloss in the color Venus. I absolutely loved this. It's a really pretty color, and this is a great formula, kind of like a thin lip lacquer. It was really smooth, shiny, beautiful shade. I wish I could repurchase that. And then I also finished the Jaclyn Cosmetics Pout Drip Lip Oil in the shade Petal Drip. I really don't like these. They don't come with a ton of product. Super sheer, a little bit thick and sticky, so wouldn't repurchase even if I could. So now to show you the progress on everything else, I do have 4 new products I want to bring into this project, but I'm just going to show you them as we go along. One of them is a perfume. So this is something I bought at the end of 2022, the Givenchy Irresistible Little Roller Ball. And I had used up a few samples of this and thought I really liked it, and I actually don't. And I'm wondering if maybe I liked one of the other iterations of this, because I think there are 2. But I did do a Instagram video on popping out the roller ball and decanting it into this scent bird. I will post that down below, but let me not dump it. I am down here, so not quite halfway used up. This comes with a ton of product, way more than other roller balls. And then in my little scent bird, I'm all the way down here. And I'm already in spring mode, but I really would like to finish this up. And then I want to fill up my other scent bird that I used up last year, because something is wrong with this nozzle. It is spraying out like very thick, and I'm getting way too much perfume, and it's smelling too strong. But I want to finish up that little bit, and then I'll set this aside until fall or winter. I'm really sad that I'm not loving that. And then my spring perfume is Clean Reserve Aqua Neroli. I did not mark it brand new, but I don't think it was completely full to the top, but I have used it a couple of times recently, so now we are down here. But I did also weigh this. I've been choosing to weigh most everything, and it went from 1.896 ounces to a 1.833. I feel pretty confident I can get through that by the end of spring. Then getting into the makeup, I had 4 face primers. So I have another Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I told you guys I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get through both of them. I definitely am going to. I am all the way down here. So this will be finished up by next update, which is really exciting. As I told you guys, I do love that product. And along with that, I've also been using the Dr. Brandt Pore Refiner Primer. I was, I think, right under the wording at the intro. Again, I didn't mark it like a dummy, but now I'm all the way down here. I can feel the little like plastic nozzle bit down here in the packaging. So this should be done in a week or two, which is really exciting because I do not think this is going to mesh with my other primers. Then for my other primers, the Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. I didn't think I had used this since the intro, but apparently I have, because this went from 1.118 ounces to 1.112. This is what I'm going to be working on next. And then my summer and fall perfume is going to be the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. My oldest primer. This is a brand new tube. This is weighing at 2.264 ounces and it comes with 1.35 ounces, which is a ton of product. Then for foundations, the one I'm currently using is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Skin Tint in the shade number 3. I do feel like this is going to be used up in the next couple of weeks. It started at 1.238 ounces. Now it is 0.857. And I will then be moving on to my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in 1W1 Bone. This is brand new. This is too heavy for my scale and I wanted to use this summer and fall. And then my mixing foundation that I've been using is the Lawless Conceal the Deal in Pearl. And I use this with a L'Oreal and with a Fenty. So it went from 2.136 ounces to 1.764. This I anticipate being here most of the year. Next we have another product I'm going to bring in. This is something just to track the progress for fun. This is something new to me, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector in Peach. I did not weigh this brand new, but I am going to be weighing this today. And then I do plan on buying Pink Pomelo probably in the fall sale. And then I will go back and add my brand new weight before this one, because again, I did start working on this when it was brand new, but today this is weighing 1.258 ounces. It comes with a lot of product, it appears, and it's very pigmented, so I really don't need much. I do think this is going to take me all year long, and I have been mixing it with the product that I originally brought in as my color corrector. Oh, the sticker fell off somewhere. This is the Tower 28 concealer in the color CC, and this went from 1.450 ounces to 1.395. So I'm taking just a dot of this in my inner corner and then this on the other part, and then mixing them together because this is a little bit deep for me for a corrector, and that mixture is working really well. Again, I anticipate this taking me most of the year, which I'm totally fine with. Then for my concealer, I am currently using Tarte Shape Tape in 12 and Fair Neutral. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I am able to see through the sides here. And after this, I am going to attempt to pull out the stopper because I do have some product on the wand, but it's definitely not a ton. I do feel like it is ready to be pulled. I'm hoping that I can do it last year with the Ultra Creamy Concealer. I tried and could not get it out, but I'm going to really be determined with this one. This is a product that I absolutely love. So this could be finished by next update potentially. And this went from 0.960 ounces to 0.741. Then what I'm going to be using for my summer concealer is the KVD Good Apple Full Coverage Concealer in Light 105. This is still weighing at 0.873. I haven't used this one yet. Then my fall concealer is going to be the Kulfi Main Match and Fudge Knock. I have not used this one yet either, so it's still weighing at 1.068 ounces. Next, I had 4 powders that I wanted to use up, 3 of the 4 being pressed powders. First is the Kosas Cloud Set Powder in Airy. This is the one that I've currently been using. So it started at 2.787 ounces, now 2.665. It's going slowly because I am still setting my skin with a translucent powder and then putting some of this on top. I don't know that I can finish all of these powders, but I'm gonna try my best. And then once I finish that one, which it would be great if it be by the end of spring, but I'm really not sure. Once I finish that, I'm going to move on to the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. This is in the color Fair One. I haven't used this at all yet, so it's still weighing 2.576 ounces. And then I have this Too Faced Born This Way powder foundation in the color Snow. This is a product I've been using to set my primer, my crease, and also clean up under my cheeks. I've been doing this part like every other day because I forget until after I put my setting spray on, but this is going to take me all year long to get through. Same as my e.l.f. Camo powder foundation of last year, but that one was a little bit lighter and this is a little bit closer to my skin tone, so it doesn't do, you know, the most to clean up, but it's still gonna work in that way for me. And my last powder is still gonna be here next year, but I wanna make progress on this. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous Powder in Brighten Up. This is a glowy loose powder. I am just pouring a little bit in the cap, and then I am taking this Sigma Soft Blend F60 brush, and I'm going like this, lightly down the center of my face and on the top of my cheeks. That's all that I'm doing. I also have not been remembering this every day because there are some times where I don't think about it until after I've already set my skin with setting spray. So I'm going to try to be better about using that. That is something that I do weigh without the cap because it's such clunky packaging. So that went from 3.334 ounces to 3.316. And then we've got my setting sprays. So the one I'm currently using is the Benefit Professional Super Setter. And I do not like the mister on here, so I put it into my Urban Decay De-Slick packaging from last year. And originally this was too heavy for the scale, but I recently had a weight show up, which is super exciting. Now we'll be able to track it better. And that weight is 3.821 ounces. In my winter project, I was using this as a primer spray. Now for spring, I'm going to use this as a primer and setting spray. And then if there's a little bit left, it will end up being a primer spray in summer, but we'll see. And then for my summer and fall setting spray, I want to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte. This one is completely brand new. I've never even tried this one, and it is too heavy for the scale. Then for cheek products, I was back and forth between the Tower 28 cream bronzer or the Merit cream bronzer, but they're both clean beauty brands and the Merit one is older. So this is what I have chosen, and I want to use up half of this. I've been doing a great job getting use out of it, but it is really moving slowly. I've not marked it yet on a piece of paper to see what progress there is, but this went from 1.177 ounces to 1.104. I use this with a brush on top of my foundation, just in the cheek area and up on my hairline. So we will see what happens here, but you know, it has gone down to the packaging a little bit, so that's exciting. But one of the products I want to roll in is the Flower Beauty Low Light Liquid Contour in Light. This is something that, ooh, okay, awesome. I will have to mark this. I actually can roll it down, although with my Flower Beauty Liquid Highlight I used last year, the air just moved all around, so it was a little bit deceptive. But this is something that I am using underneath of my foundation, just in the cheekbone area, so I do think this is going to take me all year to get through. But you know, it's not my favorite product, but I do think that I can use this up. It has been looking quite nice. I've been using this for probably like a month so far. So this, when I first started working on it, was weighing at 0.746 ounces and now 0.686. So very happy with that progress. Like I said, I anticipate it being here a while. Then I had my Rare Beauty liquid highlighters I got in the holiday set last year. The first one I was working on is Transcend. It is the rose gold shade, and I have just a little bit of this left in this sample jar. This one should be done in the next month or so. And then in summer, I'm going to start working on the shade Magnetize, which is a bit more golden. So brand new, this is 0.509 ounces. And then after I've scraped out all the product, but with the stopper, this is weighing at 0.402. So very excited with that progress. Then for brows, I just had two pencils. The first one being the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil, which was a rollover from last year. These take ages to go through. I'm not going to be surprised if there is not much visible progress, even though I've been using it every single day. And this went from 0.337 ounces to 0.334, which is crazy considering how much I use this. And then after I use that up, which is going to be many months from now, I wanted to work on this, which I don't think I'll finish them both, but we'll just see what happens. The Lawless Shape Up Soft Fill Brow Pencil. This one is in the color Oak, which I think is going to be a little dark for me, but hopefully I can make it work. I'm scared of this brow pencil because it is the same shade as the It Cosmetics Brow Power, which I actually gave up on in the past because it moved so slowly and was so discouraging. Then I've got my shadow sticks. The one that I wanted to work on the first half of the year is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Kiss from a Rose. It's my favorite formula, but this is not my favorite shade. I'll have a picture on the screen to show my progress. There has been quite a bit. It went from 0.392 ounces to 0.370. This could potentially be used up by next update. We'll see. I will be scraping into the packaging like I always do. And then whenever I finish that one, I'm going to move on to my Jouer eyeshadow stick in rose gold. This is something that I started working on last year, but you can see there is still quite a bit of product, which is fine. I think this will go really nicely with several summer shades and definitely fall shades. I haven't used this one at all, so it's still weighing at 0.489 ounces. Then for my pencil liners, I have two. One of them I'm rolling in today, and you guys are gonna look at this and be like, you're rolling it in with that little product left? I'll explain. This is a Dose of Colors eyeliner in Teddy. This is something I sometimes wear in fall, but really have worn more in winter. And just towards the end of winter, I decided to roll it up all the way to see how much product was left, and there's not much at all. This is a dry formula, so I usually just twist up a tiny bit so that it doesn't break, but this is literally all that is left. But like I said, I mostly wear this in winter, just a little bit in fall, so I'm going to leave this in my project panning little makeup section and pull for this whenever I find it to be fitting for a look, and I'll hope to finish this by the end of the year. They don't make this anymore, which is sad because it's a beautiful color. Speaking of liners, they don't make anymore. The one that I'm starting to work on right now is the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in Rosette. It's a really pretty rose gold copper color, definitely a staple of mine for spring, but it's older in my collection. Lastly, we have lip products. I am working on the ColourPop Rudolph Lip Scrub from their Fourth Ray Beauty line. This went from 1.718 ounces to 1.575. I will have a picture up on the screen. I do have a good dip in here, but it comes with a ton of product. This is gonna last me most of the year, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not loving this, but it's working well enough. Then for my lip mask, I've moved on to the Belief Aqua Bomb Overnight Lip Mask. Honestly, this is not amazing. I'm really disappointed because there's so much product in here. So this went from 3.348 ounces to 3.250. And then my other lip balm I'm not liking either. This is more of my morning lip balm, the Kopari Tripeptide Lip Cloud. You can see I'm about halfway done with this. Luckily, it went from 0.906 ounces to 0.833. I feel like this is drying my lips out. It has a bit of a gritty texture. This is just a terrible product, but I really am determined to use it up. Then I had some purse balm replacements that I wanted to work on. The first being the In Beauty Project Lip Oil in Candy Cane, and this is something that I was thinking I would use in winter, but I rolled in something else into my winter project that took me the whole time, so I want to still use it this year, but it might be bumped to later in the year. This is weighing at 0.928 ounces because I haven't used it at all, but the one I am going to be using now is the Tower 28 Lip Jelly in Dream. It looks like a shimmery champagne shade, but it's essentially clear with just a little shimmer, and this is weighing at 1.149 ounces. These go really quickly, so I could potentially have that used up by next month. And then for colored lippies, I have some more Tower 28 Milky Lip Jellies. This first one is pistachio, so I started at the first line. Now I'm all the way down here. These go very quickly. That is in my spring project. Pistachio went from 1.143 ounces to 1.098. And then I also have the lip jelly in cashew. There's a little bit of progress here as well because there were a few days where I wore this to work, but I really don't plan on using this much till fall. I did not weigh cashew, so I will put that on the screen, but it started out at 1.141 ounces. Then my summer lippy is going to be the M Cosmetics Lip Cushion in on gel. I haven't used this at all since my intro. I'm really curious to see how long this is going to take me. And the M Cosmetics is weighing at 0.427 ounces. And lastly, I have these Maybelline lifter glosses in the color Reef and Amber, and I plan on using these in summer, or you know, if I finish one early, I can do this a little bit in spring, this a little bit in fall. So these are just good shades. And Amber is weighing at 1.683 ounces and Reef is 1.684. So guys, really happy with this update and all of the empties that I have. I think by next month, potentially I could use up my Becca primer, Dr. Brandt primer, Fenty Skin Tint, the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, Rare Beauty Liquid Highlight, maybe the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, and then the Tower 28 lip glosses in Dream and Pistachio. It would be awesome if I could get this many things used up. But I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I would love to hear about projects you're doing right now. I just posted a ton of different updates. I would love if you would go check them out. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.